Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something a lot of you have been waiting for, how to reinstall the stock operating system on the X10Pro gamestick using the clean image we're now making available on our own Google Drive. This version has the SD card block already removed, so you won't need to mess around with Linux or virtual machines. So just plug it in, and away you go basically. The stock download does not include any games, but don't worry, I'll show you exactly how to copy your games over from your original X10Pro SD card so you're back up and running again. Now that's not all. We've also been busy behind the scenes and we now have a fully working build of Emuelec 4.8 available for download too. The installation process is almost identical, so you can either watch the whole video or skip ahead to the Emuelec section. It's totally up to you. So let's get into what you'll need. So here's what's required for both installs. So you'll need your original stock X10Pro SD card, a new reliable SD card from companies like Samsung, SanDisk, Kingston, whatever you trust. We're using a Kingston Canvas Select Plus today. Minimum recommended size, we'd say 32 gigabytes. You don't need 128 unless you want a massive library. If you only want your favorite titles, 32 gigabytes is perfectly fine. You'll also need an SD card reader, Rufus disk imaging software, 7-zip to extract the compressed image file, MiniTool Partition Wizard, and finally, a bit of patience. Once you've got all that, we can start. Before we go any further, with regards to the image files that we're going to share, all we ask is a big favor from you, is to sub to our YouTube channel and drop a like for the video. It helps us obviously then get to a monetization position with YouTube, so that then that can help support us, hopefully then support you. If you can do that, that's absolutely amazing. What we will do is have the links in the description for you to download. So what will happen is it'll look a little bit different like this. Like I said, we was originally toying with the idea of emailing it over to you, hence why we've put this like in an email form, but it's basically the same. So you'll click on the link. That will then take you to our drive, and then you just hit download. And then you'll come up with here because it's too large to have viruses, but we've not got any viruses on there. We've checked it, we've used it. Download anyway. And then that will start downloading. Once that's finished, it will actually come into your download folder, but we've already got this in our image files folder anyway, but exactly the same pretty much, you're just in a different folder. So we've got the X10 Pro stock. You will right click it and then you just put extract here. The extraction will take roughly anywhere between sort of like 2.5 minutes to 5 minutes, something like that. And once it's done, as you'll see, instead of being like 7 and a bit gigabytes, it'll be 9.5. So next up, you want to grab your new SD card, place that in your SD card reader, and then plug that into your PC, and you'll get your pop-ups like you normally do. Ours obviously shows up as Emuelec and stuff because we've already got it on the SD card, but we'll do a brand new install. So open up Rufus, make sure that the device is your device that you've plugged in, just in case you've got other devices plugged in as well. Just make sure it's the correct one. Hit the select and then locate your files. For you, obviously, if you're just doing it through the download folder, it'll be in your downloads. Select the file, hit open, and then there it is up there in the boot selection. Hit start. And then, as we've shown before, what Rufus will do is we'll erase any data that's on there, and also like set up partitions and things. And then you just wait for that to go through. Because it's about 9 gigabytes, probably take about maybe 10 minutes, something like that. Right, now that that's done, we shall exit out of Rufus, and don't forget to eject from here. Then it's safe to take your SD card out, and then what we're going to do, place the SD card into your X10Pro and then power it on. I'll just show you what it will look like when it comes on. So we have the 3D game stick, which is what you'd get normally, and there we go, the Hypermax. And this is what it will look like. So not really anything on here. It does come with the ports though, so you have got a few games there, so that's all fine. Controller should be set up just to work straight away. If it's not, it'll have like a pop-up thing, and you hold down like the A button for instance, and then it will have a key mapping feature, and you just go through all of your buttons. Next thing we'll do is add some games. So quit out of it, shut down system, take the SD card back out. Yeah, so always say to plug the SD card into the X10 first before you add your games, just in case there are any errors or anything, so at least you know about it without wasting all the time adding the games to it first. So next up, we will put your SD card back into your PC. Now before we add any games, we need to sort out the SD card. There's 3 partitions in there, and one of them needs to be resized. So we open up MiniTool Partition Wizard, select yes on the pop-up. It'll take a little while to load up. Now, as you can see, this EROMs is where we have our games. It might look a little bit different to yours, but it'd be pretty much around about 4 gigabytes. As you can see, we've got roughly a 32 gigabyte SD card. So what we want to do is, so that we can add as many games as we want, or at least the size of the card, hit move resize, stretch that all the way out, press OK, and you can see this is what it will end up looking like. But don't forget that you actually have to hit apply, and you let it do its thing. Depend on the size of your card, will depend on how long this will take. Right, now once the change has been applied, this will pop up as successful. Just hit OK and exit out, and away you go. You can add your games. Now, if you have 2 SD card readers, you can have both SD cards plugged into your PC at the same time, and you won't need to do this next step. But if you only have one SD card reader, you've only got one SD card reader. So essentially what you want to do is, let's pretend the SD card that I've put in is the original stock SD card. You want to open up the EROMs, and it will have a list of all the systems here. And then what you want to do is, on one of your drives, doesn't matter if it's your main drive or what have you, just create a folder, something like X10 ROMs like this. Then if you click on your SD card folder and just do Control and A, it will select all of them, and you literally just drag it over and release, and then it will transfer all of your games over onto your PC. So that's if you've got one. Now the next step is if you've already transferred it over to your PC, or you've got 2 SD card readers. So you'll open up EROMs on one SD card and EROMs on the other SD card. And same thing on the stock SD card, just press down the Control A and then drag it over again. If you've only got one SD card and you've done the X10 ROMs, for instance, same sort of thing. On the X10 ROMs, Control and A, drag it over to the new SD card. That's if you're doing it on a 128 gigabyte SD card. If, say for instance, you've only got a small SD card and you only want to select few games, for instance, you're a big Commodore 64 fan, load up Commodore 64. Same thing again, just simply Control and A, find your Commodore 64 on the new SD card, which is there, and then drag it over. That will transfer all of your Commodore 64 games onto the new SD card. And this is another thing. Obviously, if you're going to be transferring like the whole 128 gigabytes, it's going to take probably a good hour or so to transfer it over. So maybe go for a spot of lunch or something after you've hit go. But yeah, if you're only doing like a few at a time, it's not too much to worry about. Right, so next up, so you've added your games, exit out of everything, and eject the SD card, unplug it from your PC, and we'll go back to the game stick again, plug the SD card into your game stick, power it back on, wait for it to load up again. Okay, we're ready to go. And then here we go. So we added the Commodore 64 games. So then that now appears. Head into there. And there they are. They're all there. And the good thing is because you've on your stock SD card, because you've got all of the images for each game, it will all be set up correctly as it was before with all of your images per game. So there you go. That's essentially the easiest method of backing up the SD card without having to go into Linux. Like I said, the image files will be in the description below. Next up, we're going to show you how to essentially upgrade your X10 Pro into an X10 Ultra. We want to hit on the X10 Pro EM 4.8, so Emuelec 4.8. Download anyway. This is a slightly larger file, so that will then pop up. You need to start downloading it. Again, it will come up into your download folder. Again, it will be a zip file. So again, you need to unzip it. So you go to 7-zip and then extract here. Now, with the 4.8 successfully downloaded, place the SD card into the PC. Obviously, the annoying pop-ups. Similar as before, open up Rufus. Again, make sure that you've got the correct device in the device selection. Hit select. Again, go to wherever you saved the file. Remember, it's X10 Pro EM 4.8. Hit open and start. Again, like I said, it will delete anything that's on the drive, restructure partitions, do its thing. Again, probably take around about 10-15 minutes, something like that. Right, now that 4.8 is done, we'll exit out of Rufus. We'll do our usual of ejecting the SD card. We'll put the SD card into the game stick and turn it on. Now this will have a different boot up screen because it's actual Emuelec, and at the top there you can see Emuelec is free, not for sale. Further pointing to the dodginess of the X10 game stick. And you'll have a little boot up video. And then here we go. So what I've done as well, obviously clearly you'll see this is slightly different to the normal X10 Pro operating system. It's essentially just a theme. But what we've done also as well is if you press start and go down to user interface settings, and then you go to theme set, there's some themes already on there. So just for instance, we'll select one and exit out of there, and there we go. You've got another theme there. Now with 4.8, one of the benefits is you have, just like before where you had that port section, you have this here as well, but you actually have what's called Port Master. Now what Port Master allows you to do is play some of those PlayStation 2 type games. So you've got your GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and the all-important Simpsons Hit and Run. And this video is primarily just for setting up 4.8 onto your game stick. We will release another video on how to introduce ports onto the game stick and get them up and running and playable. But we're having a few difficulties with a couple of them, primarily Simpsons Hit and Run. We had a few issues with save files. We've managed to get around that, but the next thing that we're trying to sort out, a way of exiting out of Simpsons Hit and Run, because at the moment you have to actually unplug the game stick and then plug it back in just to get back to here. Unlike the stock operating system, we haven't encountered any freezing. Now on the stock system, when you're going navigating through all the games and stuff, it starts to slow down, get a bit jittery, and then it will just freeze altogether. We've not encountered this yet. I'm not saying that it definitely won't happen. It may, but we haven't encountered it. So now that we've got our 4.8 on the system, we will do what we did before. So we'll exit out, shut down, take the SD card out, get that back into our PC, and just like on the stock system, we'll open up MiniTool Partition Wizard. Yeah, so as you can see, we've got EROMs, right click, move, resize, and we'll resize it to whatever size you want, but we'll just go for the whole SD card. Press OK, remember, hit apply. Right, now that's been successfully resized, we'll exit out of MiniTool. Then we'll do the same as before by opening up the EROMs drive. Oh, okay, it's not showing EROMs. What we'll do is we'll go back into MiniTool. This sometimes happens. Don't worry, it's not anything unexpected. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So as you can see, Emuelec was coming up because that's got a drive letter. EROMs, there's no letter associated to it. So we'll just right click, go to advanced, change letter, come up with F, we'll press OK. Remember, always hit apply. And there we go, and it pops up as well because the Windows has identified it. Put it out again, go back into here, and as you can see, we've got EROMs. So we'll go into EROMs, we'll double that up, and same process as before with adding your games, you know, whether you've done it through 2 SD cards or whatever. And then what we'll do is we'll just do those Commodore 64 again. We'll just transfer it straight over. I'm mainly choosing Commodore 64 just because it's a small file, so it's quicker to get it changed over. And there we go, that's done. Exit out of there, exit out of there, eject the ROMs, take the SD card out of the PC, we'll put it straight back into the game stick, turn it on, wait for it to load up. As I said before, guys, we're doing this completely free off our own back, but all we ask is hit that subscribe button because it will help us out massively in the future. Because hopefully, fingers crossed, if we get monetized through YouTube will start paying us. We can then afford to buy things like the game stick, you know, anything that's been like trending on TikTok and everything. We can purchase them, give them a review. If we find any faults or difficulties with them that other people are actually experiencing, we'll try and get to the bottom of it and try and fix it and do some guide videos like we have on this one. There we go, we've got Commodore. I quite like this theme because it's very minimalist, and you have like an explanation of the console itself, like giving you a bit of a history lesson. So I quite like that. And then here we go. Here's all our games. And again, you know, the way this is set up on this theme, you've even got like explanations and, you know, details about the game itself, a bit of history, what type of game it is, you know, how to play it. I do like this. But I also understand there are people that prefer like the big flashy ones. So what we did is, like I said, on the user interface, theme set, if you go into there, we've got a few on there. And then what we'll do is in future, we'll also do a video on how to edit Emuelec to suit you a bit better. Because there's lots of different things that you can do. Just for instance, so as it stands, obviously we've got that clean UI, theme configuration. On the game list view style, you can change it to, say for instance, basic. If you don't like all the details of the games, hit basic, exit out of there, it will update it. Go back into Commodore 64. Already you can see there's no explanation about Commodore 64. You go into the games and then it goes down to, it's just literally a list like this. Loads of different things you can do. But yeah, so there we go. We've now successfully shown you how to get the stock operating system onto a new SD card and onto the game stick, and also how to upgrade it to 4.8. So essentially, as it stands at the moment, it's kind of like you've upgraded it to an X10 Ultra without paying that 20 to 30 pound extra, which is just unbelievable. So it's like if you obviously wanted to, you've got an X10 Pro, it's about 30 quid. You then think, oh, I want the X10 Ultra because it's got the Simpsons hit and runs and all of that stuff, and it's got 4.8. You've then got to fork out another like 50 odd quid, and it's like, you don't have to. You can do it all yourself. As I said, the image files will be in the description of the video. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. If you've got any issues with or need any help with getting this running, if there was parts of the video that you didn't quite understand, I completely understand. I've probably missed stuff out. But yeah, just drop us a comment and we will do our best to help you. Until next time, keep on keeping on. Bye.